show you the power of facade assemblies, I'm going to give you an example of taking a traditional brick facade and swapping the brick, the masonry brick, for a stone brick to see what it does to the carbon footprint of a proposal. So we're going to start with the traditional assembly, and then we're going to swap the brick for a different type. I'm going to show you how to create that material and how to update your assembly and how to apply that to your building mass and rerun the report so that you can see where the change has been incurred. We're going to be using this product for a natural Portland stone brick, which has come from Albion Stone. This EPD was downloaded from the MBS database. So to start this example, we're going to pick up EWS 001, which is our hand-laid brick facade assembly. We're going to take what is a clay-fired brick and swap it out for a Portland stone brick and see what happens to the carbon. Okay, so to update a material, you're going to need the EPD that you want to express. So this EPD has been found via the MBS and downloaded, and the EPD is for a specific type of Portland stone, which this supplier makes as a brick. It's kind of an interesting idea, and I'm really interested to know how a natural stone product would compare with a clay-fired brick on carbon. So this is the type of thing we're going to be replacing it with, and this is the EPD. Now there's some things to note within the EPD. The most important one here, I would say up front, is the declared unit mass. So this is a ton, it's 1,000 kilograms. And so when we get down to the module by module numbers, and we want to express those under the material library, we're going to need to keep in mind that those are per 1,000 kilograms or ton. And so these are the numbers that you're going to need to input, and and here is a screenshot of those numbers. So we want to use the values from the global warming potential total, and these are expressed kilograms of carbon emissions per 1,000 kilograms of the material used, and so that was that ton data that I showed you before. So we're going to use these numbers here, and we're going to put them into our materials library under each of the relevant modules. Okay, and back in Preoptima, we need to go to materials to add this new material. So what you can see here is a full catalog of all of the materials. So if we look at brick, this would be the typical brick that's shown within that wall assembly. So first you have to have a material, you apply the data sets to the materials, and then you put the materials inside assemblies. So what we can see here is the basic material information for that brick, and there's no stone brick in there at the moment, so we're going to create a new one by clicking Add Material. The name of the brick is going to be brick underscore Portland stone, and the density for Portland stone is 2,300 kilograms per meter cubed. So once we've got those values in, we can click Save, and this will add the material into your library. And so this sits within just your user login. It's not accessible to other users. These are local to your practice. So here we are, brickstone is there, and now we need to add the data for this material. So let's go over to datasets, and here we're going to type in brick, and we can see our two bricks side by side, the standard brick, the clay brick, and the Portland stone brick. So now we're going to go over to RICS version 2 UK, and here we can edit the material for brick, Portland stone, and in these areas we can put all the data from the EPD in the relevant spots. So just to refresh on how that looks, under A1 to A3, we're going to use the numbers, this number here, 4.47 per thousand, which is 0.0047. Sorry, 0.00447. We also have the option to input transport mode and transport distance. So let's assume this one is, I don't know, 100 miles from the site. We would obviously work that out. Under C2, the value is 1.21, so that will be 0.00121. C4, 1.21. Under C4, 5.01. 501. Under D1, minus 846. Once that's done, we click Save. And as you can see, the database has been updated here with our new values. So what we'll be able to do is now go back to the assembly and swap out the brick for the Portland stone and see what the impact is on carbon. So we're going to go over to Assemblies. And here we've got all the assemblies in the system, and that you can see there's 51 in here. So let's find the brick assembly. So here it is, hand-laid brick, shortcode EWS001. And this is the one. So what we're going to do here is duplicate this. And we're going to change this to brick stone on the end. And the benefit of this type of approach is we can keep everything else the same. We just want to change one part of the assembly. So we don't need to remodel the whole facade. It's all in there. And this is one of our standard assemblies that I presented to you earlier. So we're going to change this to stone. The type is an external wall, but as you can see, this is the area where you can add internal partition types, floor types, roof types, ceiling types, etc., etc. So we're going to leave that there, and we could add a material here, but we don't want to add a material. We just want to swap this brick. So I'm going to click the pencil tool here, and the material I want to add here is on the drop down. And because we've added the Portland stone, it's just sitting here below brick. So we can just select that. And we don't want to do anything else. The measurement's the same. It's the same amount of brick. We're just changing it from a clay-fired brick to a stone brick. So that's going to be added in. Update material. And when I click Update material, you can see the brick has now become Portland stone. And we can click Save now. And now that new system is being provisioned into the database. And so let's just click here, brick again. Here it is, the brick hand-laid stone. We're going to just change this to, I'm just going to change the name of that system again. So I don't want to call it EWS1. I'm going to call it EWS16, which is the next in the sequence. And I'm going to click Save. And now when I go over to my design space, I'll be able to swap out the old facade for this new facade, and then I can see them side by side. So let's have a look at that. Something else I want to just edit quickly here is the name, which is currently called copy. So I'm going to put stone in there, and I'm going to take copy off. So this now should be something I can look up and it will work. So click Save again. Okay, so in this option, I currently have hand-laid brick on a shelf angle. I'm going to swap that out for the hand-laid stone brick on the shelf angle. And then when I've done that, I'm going to click Save as New, and I'm going to call this Option 1 Stone Brick, and we'll be able to see the new option versus the old. So I'm going to click Save, and that's going to run, and then we'll be able to see how they compare to each other. Okay, and when I come back to my compare designs, I can see the two options side by side. So it's the exact same building, same structure, same systems throughout. The only change is this change in brick in the facade. And what you can see is a slight shift in the number. So we've come down by 5 kilograms of carbon per square meter. So we'll be able to work out exactly how much carbon that is in a moment. Now, because we selected the RICS version 2 dataset here, when we press export, we get the RICS spreadsheet. And this is much more detailed analysis, including summary sheets here. And then we go through to systems level. So quite a lot of granularity in this reporting structure. What I want to draw your eye to is this summary number, because I just want to do a sort of before and after that change that we've just made. So we're going to go to the project level summary and scroll all the way to the right. And there we can see this carbon emissions, assuming decarbonized grid, including uncertainty values. And we get hand-laid brick version, which is 28,324,145. So I just want to bring that over to the same export for the stone brick. And let's just do a quick sum. So we're going to take this value and we're going to take away this value from it. And let's see what the number is. So that's kilograms of carbon emission that have been reduced by making that change. So that's 52,144 or 52 tons of carbon just by making that design change. So hopefully that shows you the level of detail you can get to by learning to use the add materials to editing your assemblies and applying it to your design options to give really deep technical numbers very, very fast and make better decisions.